So welcome back, everyone. Today, I want to kick things off with a look at my daily routine. I think it's super insightful to understand how habits shape our skills, particularly in learning a new language like English. These simple, real-life stories are key. Alright, picture this. Every morning, I wake up precisely at 6 o'clock. It's funny, right? I have this alarm that blares at me like a marching band, which gets me out of bed, and I immediately turn it off.
Wait. So when you wake up that early, don't you feel, super sleepy? I mean, how do you get your brain to actually function at 6 a.m.?
Great question. So right after I turn off that alarm, I take a moment to breathe deeply. It sounds simple, but that little pause helps clear the fog. Then, I open the window to let in some fresh morning air. It's like giving my mind a wake-up call too. Seriously. There's something about that fresh air that just zaps me into focus.
Fresh air, huh? Is it really transformative? Is it kinda like when you step outside after a long flight and the air hits you and you're like, I'm alive?
Exactly. It's that rejuvenating feeling. You feel completely invigorated, ready to tackle the day. After that, I go to the bathroom to wash my face and brush my teeth. I can't stress enough how vital it is to keep my space clean and tidy, because it really helps me feel organized and mentally clear.
Totally. It's like, and this might be a stretch, but have you ever tried working in a messy room? You just feel overwhelmed, right? Like, your brain can't think straight because there's chaos surrounding you.
Oh, exactly. And you'd be surprised how many people function that way. Laughs. After organizing my space, I head to the kitchen and grab a large glass of water and a hot cup of coffee. There's nothing like that peaceful morning vibe. It's crucial for me to start my day with some hydration and a boost of caffeine.
Right. I read this thing once about how coffee enhances focus. But, what if someone doesn't like coffee? Can they just drink, orange juice or something?
Good point. Whatever works for you. Juice, tea, or even just water. The idea is to kickstart your day with something refreshing. So, moving on. I often write a short list of tasks to keep me focused.
Oh, I love lists. They make me feel like I'm accomplishing things, even if they're small. If I write eat breakfast and I do it, it's like a win, right? But tell me, what's on your list?
Well, around 7 o'clock, I prepare breakfast. Usually, it's eggs, bread, some fruits, and yogurt. Healthy food gives me energy for the day, and it's just so satisfying.
Whoa, sounds delicious. Okay, so if you're eating that healthy breakfast, do you ever get the I need to put pineapple on my pizza craving? How do you manage those wild food cravings?
Oh, I definitely have those cravings. But I always remind myself that balance is key. What helps is that after breakfast, I dedicate time to learning English. I read and listen to podcasts. I don't stress over not understanding everything.
That's brave. I often feel overwhelmed when I don't get every detail. You mean I shouldn't worry about it?
Exactly. It's about absorbing the rhythm and the flow of the language. Your brain will adapt over time. After studying, I dive into work emails, lesson prep, creating materials, and sometimes even recording or editing videos. Helping people learn English? That truly makes me happy.
Oh, wow, that's so inspiring. But, doesn't teaching take a lot of mental energy? How do you recharge during the day between all that?
You're spot on. At noon, I take a break. This is crucial. I stretch and may walk outside for fresh air. Lunch usually consists of rice, chicken, some veggies, or soup, and I savor these quiet moments without distractions.
Oh, that sounds marvelous. Just you and your food? What if you find something random, like a cactus-shaped pasta? Would you eat that too?
Now that's a culinary adventure. But in all seriousness, enjoying those meals mindfully helps. After lunch, I jump back into answering questions and brainstorming new lesson ideas. It's quite an engaging process to improve my lessons based on what I learn.
Yeah, I bet. And then, do you, find inspiration in random places too? Like, let's say a dog barking could spark an idea.
Absolutely. Inspiration can strike anywhere. Sometimes, I even read articles on teaching strategies that ignite new concepts.
Speaking of inspiration, how do you stay active in the evenings? I mean, do you ever just crash on the couch instead?
There are definitely days where that happens, but regularly, I exercise walking or doing home workouts. Staying healthy is essential. After exercising, a warm shower is the perfect reward. And then I have dinner with my family, sharing stories and connecting.
Oh, I love family dinners. It's like a mini union. Do you guys play games or have, like, random question of the night sessions?
Sometimes we do. It adds an element of fun to our meals. After dinner, I'll read or watch videos in English, always focusing on the main ideas, not stressing over every detail.
That's so smart. I feel like processing the gist is a game changer, especially with fast-paced content.
Exactly. And before bed, I prepare for the next day, organizing my desk and checking my schedule. Finally, I reflect on 3 good things from the day, focusing on gratitude as I fall asleep.
Wow! So you're ending the day on a high note. Like, what if someone else tries this and realizes all they did was eat pizza?
Hey, we all have those days. It's about recognizing the bright spots, no matter how small. You've just listened to an entire story about routines and language learning. Remember, listen often, and your ears will adjust.
So cool! Can't wait for the next one.